This is the emergency alert system serving the Washington, D.C. area. During this emergency, all broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This message is being transmitted at the order of the U.S. Department of Paranormal Countermeasures. A paranormal event is taking place along the eastern seaboard and has caused several hundred casualties. It has been confirmed that creatures appearing in mirrors is causing people to go insane and kill others. The creatures appearing in mirrors have not been identified but are considered hostile to human life. For your safety, cover all mirrors with blankets and door towels. Stay inside and lock all doors. It is likely that the people who went insane are on the loose. Stay inside till the all clear is given. The emergency alert system has been activated. This is the emergency alert system serving the New York City area. During this emergency, all broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This message is being transmitted by the New York City Police Department and the U.S. Department of Paranormal Countermeasures. Violent rites related to the paranormal event have been confirmed. It has also been confirmed that the creatures in the mirrors are known as shadow people. The shadow people are extremely dangerous and hostile to human life. Shadow people can be identified by foul odor and cold voice. Shadow people can possess people who look in the mirror. It is advised to cover any mirrors with blankets or towels. If this is not an option, then leave the room with a mirror. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has been deployed to affected areas. Listen to instructions given by civil and federal authorities. It is unknown when the emergency will end. Unruly behavior will not be tolerated and you will be arrested. No matter what the Bill of Rights provide. Martial law is now in effect. A state of emergency is now in effect. Please stay calm. This message will be repeated in 20 minutes. The emergency alert system has been activated. This is the emergency alert system serving the Augusta area. During this emergency, all broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This is not a test. This is a national emergency. This message is being broadcast at the request of the Augusta Police Department, the Maine State Police, the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Department of Paranormal Countermeasures. The shadow people invasion is continuing. Confirmed spiritual possessions are taking place all over the United States. Other cases have been reported in Canada, Mexico and Cuba. Each respective nation has declared a state of emergency. Those possessed by the shadow people are waging acts of war against this country. The National Guard and Army have been deployed to handle the crisis. You are to shelter in place and cover mirrors. Personnel from the Department of Paranormal Countermeasures are working to contain the crisis. Listen to instructions from civil authorities. Unruly behavior will not be tolerated. You will be arrested and held in prison without legal counsel. Do not use the telephones. The telephone lines must be kept open for emergency use only. People who have actual emergencies need the lines open. Do not use the telephone for calls other than emergencies. You will be arrested. A state of emergency is now in effect for the entire continental United States. The emergency alert system has been activated. This is the emergency alert system serving the Atlanta area. During this emergency, all broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This is a national emergency. This message is being transmitted at the order of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Paranormal Countermeasures. People possessed by the shadow people have set off bombs at the biomedical research labs at the CDC. The explosions have resulted in the release of many pathogens. These attacks may result in the emergence of a lethal plague. All people within a 100-mile radius of the explosions are to shelter in place. To shelter in place you must have food, water, first aid kit, medicine and a battery-powered radio with you. Seal all cracks in doors and windows with blankets or wet towels. Shut off all heating and air conditioning units in order to prevent any possible infection. Be advised that the paranormal event is still continuing. Do not look in any mirrors. Do not look in reflective objects as the shadow people have been observed possessing people that way. Cover your eyes with a blindfold. During this national emergency, martial law is now in effect. All crimes, including minor offenses, will result in arrest and detention without legal counsel. Crimes such as looting, vigilantism and secessionist political activity will be dealt with lethal force. The law is final. All civilians are under curfew for the next 10 days. The only people exempt are medical and emergency personnel. Curfew starts at 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. Anyone breaking curfew will be subject to arrest. Stay inside. Civilians may use armed protection against the possessed. Atlanta and surrounding areas are under quarantine until the biohazard is over. The air has been contaminated by several airborne infectious diseases. Wear breathing masks or gas masks if available. This message will repeat in 15 minutes. The emergency alert system has been activated. This is the emergency alert system serving the Los Angeles area. During this emergency, all broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This is a national emergency. Repeat, this is a national emergency. This message has been sent out by executive order of the President. The possessed people have set off bombs at the Law Biomed Research Lab, causing the release of several viral infections. All citizens are to shelter in place and avoid mirrors due to the continuing paranormal event. Roads are being cleared for emergency and military use only. Martial law is in effect along with a state of emergency. Fires have been reported across the city. The death toll is around 12,000 people. The Department of Paranormal Countermeasures has released a statement. The paranormal event has been contained in southern Florida. The rest of the country will have the event contained in the next 2 days. They have also released a document that identifies people who are possessed. Possessed people have a smell similar to burning cotton. Their eyes are gray, their bodies are covered in bruises, and they have no emotion. If anyone has these symptoms, then move away quickly, but do not run. They sense fear. President Donald Trump will be speaking on all channels in 4 hours. Stay calm and listen to civil authorities. This message will repeat in 5 minutes. The emergency alert system has been activated. This is an emergency action termination. All warnings have been lifted. Look in the mirror now. You are safe. Look in the mirror. Your species needs you to do it. Do it now.